Nobody takes you seriously, and deep down, you already feel it. You don't need anyone to tell you. You notice it in small moments. When you speak, people interrupt. When you share an idea, it gets ignored. When you enter a room, no one really reacts. And the worst part, you start questioning yourself. Maybe I'm just not confident enough. Maybe I need to talk more. Maybe I need to prove myself. But the truth is harsher than that. It's not about talking more. It's not about trying harder. It's about how you present yourself without even realizing it. Because respect is not something people decide to give you. It's something they feel. And right now, people don't feel it from you. Not because you're weak, but because of patterns you've trained them to see. Let me explain. Most people think respect comes from being nice, friendly, agreeable. So they smile too much. They explain too much. They try to avoid conflict at all costs. They become easy to deal with, and that's exactly the problem. Because what is easy is rarely respected. Think about it. The people you respect the most are not the ones trying to please everyone. They are calm. They are grounded. They don't rush to prove anything. They don't beg for attention. And most importantly, they don't tolerate disrespect. But you might be doing the opposite without even noticing. You laugh when someone disrespects you. You stay quiet when someone crosses a line. You explain yourself when no explanation is needed. And every time you do that, you send a signal, a silent message. This is okay. You can treat me like this. And people listen, not to your words, but to your behavior. That's how respect is lost. Not in one big moment, but in hundreds of small ones. Now here's where it gets uncomfortable, because the real reason people don't take you seriously is not them. It's you. It's what you tolerate. It's what you allow. It's what you accept without pushing back. You've trained people to see you as someone who won't stand their ground. And once that image is set, it's hard to change, but not impossible. The shift begins with something simple, but difficult. You stop trying to be liked. That's where everything changes, because the moment you stop chasing approval, your energy shifts. You speak less, but with more weight. You move slower, but with more intention. You stop reacting and start observing, and suddenly, people feel something different. They can't explain it, but they notice it. You're no longer easy. You're no longer predictable. And that makes you dangerous in the best way possible. But there's more. Another mistake that destroys respect is over-explaining. You think explaining makes you look smarter, more reasonable, more understood. But in reality, it does the opposite. It makes you look unsure, like you need validation, like you're asking for permission to be taken seriously. Strong people don't explain everything. They say what needs to be said, and they stop. They don't chase agreement. They don't try to convince everyone. They trust their words and let silence do the rest. And that silence, that's where respect grows, because silence creates tension, and tension creates attention. Now, let's talk about something even deeper, your presence. Before you even speak, people already decide how they see you. It's in your posture, your eye contact, the way you carry yourself. If you avoid eye contact, you look unsure. If you fidget, you look nervous. If you rush your words, you look anxious. And people pick up on that instantly. You don't need to say anything. Your body already spoke. That's why real confidence is quiet. It doesn't scream. It doesn't perform. It doesn't try to impress. It just exists. And people feel it. Now here's the truth most won't tell you. Respect is not fair. You can be kind, intelligent, hardworking, and still not be respected. Because respect is not based on what you are. It's based on what you project. And if what you project is hesitation, doubt, and the need to be liked, then that's exactly how people will treat you. But the moment you change that projection, everything changes. You don't need to become aggressive. You don't need to dominate people. You just need to become solid, unshakable, clear. When you say no, mean it. When you speak, stand behind it. When someone disrespects you, don't laugh it off. Address it calmly. That's power. Not loud, not emotional, just controlled. And control is the foundation of respect, because people don't respect chaos. They respect stability. They respect someone who is not easily moved. Now imagine this. You walk into a room, and you don't need attention. You don't try to impress anyone. You're just there, present, aware, grounded. You speak when necessary. You listen more than you talk. And when you do speak, people listen, not because you're louder, but because your words carry weight. That's the difference. That's what you're missing. And the good news, you can build it, not overnight, but with awareness. Every interaction becomes a chance to stop over-explaining, a chance to hold eye contact, a chance to say less but mean more. And slowly, people will notice. They won't say it, but they'll feel it. They'll stop interrupting you. They'll start listening. They'll treat you differently because you changed first. And that's the final truth. Respect is not something you demand. It's something you become. And once you become it, you don't have to ask for it anymore. It's just there. If this hit you, don't ignore it, because most people will watch this, agree with it, and change nothing. Don't be one of them. Start small, but start today. And if you want more content like this, subscribe, because this is just the beginning.